Start with your intro, pal.
You take it away this time. You take it away this time, Richie. I'm kind of sick, actually.
Oh, here we go. All right, man. What is it? What's today? April 18th, man. We're coming with the second episode. We gotta do our we gotta give thanks, man. We gotta give thanks. I think we had 150 plus last time I looked. As far as the views go, that was pretty sweet. We appreciate the support. That's
definitely exceeded my expectations for the first episode.
Yeah, dude, I didn't have any. I'll be honest. I just had fun, man. I had fun. We've done two now, right? One didn't record. The other one.
Yeah.
It was just a good time, dude. It was a good time. And I wanna capitalize off it. I wanna be make these a little bit better. I've been talking to a whole bunch of different people who've done podcasting, people who haven't, and just getting tips and some ideas on how to improve. So
yep.
One thing we will is our intro.
Feedback is appreciated. So
100%.
drop it below in the comments. Tell us what we could do to get better, or just what you guys want to hear us talk about.
First on the slate today, there's a bunch going on.
NBA playoffs are officially underway, technically, if you count the play-ins as playoffs. But
thumbnail this face.
These guys, number one seed, first time since 2013, which is really awesome to just kind of enjoy basketball again. Since the golden days when we had that snake on our team. But things are looking good. Things are looking bright for us.
Some props, man, and OKC. It's that's pretty sweet. I hope that the rivalry between these two teams will go on for years to come. I mean, obviously you guys got the complete team. You know what I mean? You guys have built that for years now, since Russ's departure, and what you guys had to, from the ground up build. Spurs are in that similar realm right now, and hopefully not hopefully, right? This is the beginning. It's just, let's see what moves they can make. But regardless of that, man, shout out to the Thunder for doing the thing. I number one seed.
I used to hate Dame Lillard for destroying the team that I loved, because playoff Paul George is a washed up bum. Every time he shows up to the playoffs, he disappears. But
what was that? What was that, Dame?
Yeah,
something like this.
I couldn't thank him enough more now that we got our boys, because that's the trade that we got Shai Gilgeous from, I believe, is when we sent Paul George to the Clippers. So
nice.
And then we just obviously stacked up picks, and we still have probably like 6 first-round picks in the next future. So, I mean, we're already good. We're the number one seed, and we have a buttload of first-round picks. So, unless
Chet being healthy too, that's a big one, dude. I mean,
unless we shit the bed, we're good to go for the future, which is good. It's good because the NBA is insane, and it's got the most parity, I believe, with different teams constantly winning, out of different sports. So
I would say so, and I mean, you guys aren't anything short of a contender, dude, to be the number one seed. I didn't pay attention to the fact that these guys were dominating, dude. Dominating. I mean, the stats are insane, right? When you look at even Chet, like, he kind of had like they're a complete team. That's what tells you they're a complete team, because towards the beginning of the year, him and Wemby were like neck and neck. I remember we were talking about that as far as the rookie of the year, as far as just stats in general, man. They're what they brought to the team overall. But the thing that the Thunder have is SGA.
Yeah.
And you guys have talent throughout, man. I know Dort. Is it Dort?
Yeah, Lou Dort. He's our defensive guy for sure. He's the one that.
He's a spark, dude.
We count on him to lock down the best player if we need to. Shai has a lot of steals, which is nice, but Lou Dort's our defender for sure.
Josh Giddey is he can come out.
That's my boy. People were coming at his neck, but I had his back the whole time. Never a doubt.
And I mean, what's going on with that?
I knew that she was conniving slut.
I'm sure Josh Giddey would agree. No, that was who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what that was?
And we went about the right way too. Let him play until there's an official ruling, and then we'll do something about it when that comes. But we're not going to bench him and just because he's one of the best players we have. He's
100%. He's a ridiculous scoring asset for you guys.
Yeah,
I've seen that guy go off. I don't know. I think he scored like 35, 40 the last time I was watching.
He's definitely good. I like him a lot, and he's white, so it helps me root for him a little bit more because there's that many of us in there who can.
Well, you got Chet Holmgren. You got that guy.
Yep, one of the future goats maybe if he can just stay healthy, bulk up a little bit.
Well, I don't know. When you're talking about a goat, it's kind of hard to deny.
Listen, I hate to burst your bubble. We're talking about playoff teams.
All right. Okay. I'm not a Cowboy, but I will tell you the rings do speak for themselves.
Yeah, so speaking of rings, we'll start with the play-in games, and we'll go LeBron versus the Pelicans, and how the Lakers and AD, LeBron, knocked them out. They didn't knock them out, but they advanced into the playoffs for sure to face the Nuggets, which I think, I don't know, my Pookie Bear is going to have a tough series, I feel like.
Who's your Pookie Bear?
LeBron.
LeBron has no shot. There's no finishing the series. There's no moving past the Nuggets.
I think there's a shot, but
I'll give you 4-1. I'll give you 4-1. So, like Nuggets take that in 5, 100%. And I don't even think the Lakers take the first game. I mean, they might take one in Denver. I don't think they win on their own field.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they do either. Which sucks. I want to see LeBron, obviously play great and make runs in the playoffs.
Dude, if he's able to do that, it's gonna be.
If the Thunder aren't gonna win, I want LeBron to win. That's kind of my NBA mindset.
Yeah.
I think that's a tough matchup with anyone, I feel like, in a 7-game series.
It really is. I mean, you have a battle of the bigs there. It just, I mean, Jokic is an MVP caliber player. Obviously, he's in the, the conversation for a back-to-back. It just, can they handle a championship caliber team? Obviously, the Lakers have won. That was, I mean, what? We're talking like 4 years ago now.
The COVID bubble, which I think counts. People always try to discount it, but dude,
it's the champion. They won.
They said that was the most pure form of basketball that you could play because there's no crowd, there's no home team. It's literally just you and your team against the other team, just playing basketball. And I mean, that makes sense to me. No home court advantage. You're just playing basketball.
It was sick, dude. It was sick to watch. I mean, the only thing that was funner to watch during COVID was the UFC. That was insane. But
yeah,
I will say that, man. I will say that as far as the NBA playoff bracket goes, I definitely think that the Lakers don't have a shot. Denver's going to advance in that series.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. It's just wishful thinking on my end. I mean, Nuggets are the reigning champs, first of all.
Right.
And they're tied for the #1 record in the West. So it's not like they're anything to sneeze at. They're still a 2 seed.
They're right where they're supposed to be, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Thunder are the ones that have over exceeded their expectation as far as their record goes and their performance.
For sure. And seeding everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Playoffs was an expectation, but not to this caliber.
Right. That's good, man. They did themselves a solid because now they're going to go, play the 8th seed, which we'll see based on how that play-in game goes. Sorry. It's tomorrow. But who's Denver going to play? That's what because that's going to be in between. That's a battle between the 3 and the 5 in the West.
Yeah, that.
I'm an Anthony Edwards fan, man. I'm an Anthony Edwards fan. I don't know how you can not like the guy. He's an absolute dog. He's an absolute dog.
I think he's better than Cat on the team at this point because Cat is too unreliable. But yeah, I forget about Anthony Edwards a lot when I think of the Timberwolves. He's not even the first player that comes to my mind, but he's the best player on the team.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like it's just one of those weird things, I don't think of him, but I know he exists.
And I'll be honest, man, I can't give you the depth chart of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I really can't. But that Anthony Edwards, man, Anthony Edwards. I think he carries it. He carries back. The Phoenix Suns have they've had a rough go, dude. Phoenix Suns have had a rough go. They haven't made all that talent happen in, with everything they got on board as far as their signings, right? Like KD was. I mean, he was supposed to come back and do his thing. He's had a strange last few years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you fuck over an entire city, and
a few.
Karma doesn't look fondly on that. You know what I mean?
Well,
so he's getting what he deserves. He got his little rings out of it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Good for him. But now
the initial wave of karma was nothing but rings.
But see, it's like you got to look at it from a different perspective. Sure, he's getting the rings, but he wasn't happy because everyone in Golden State knew that it was still Steph's team. They didn't say it's KD's team, and that's where the little titty baby wanted to get out. Because
the titty baby put him over the edge for a championship. So
yeah, well, if it wasn't for the Warriors cheating, LeBron would have 7 rings. So
oh, I love it.
And speaking of the Warriors, though, the Warriors are dead.
You're dead to me.
They're dead to everyone because Clay 3 zeros. He had 3 of these bad boys on the stats.
Warriors,
come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
Dude, are they? Are we? I mean, have we seen the last of Golden State?
I mean, not the last of Steph, but last of Golden State, the dynasty that is always in contention. Yeah,
you're not rebuilding with Steph at the forefront of your rebuild. There's no way.
Clay might stay, but I don't think anyone's gonna want to pay what Clay wants, and so he's probably gonna end up staying there for some cheap little deal because he's coming off that performance, so everyone's gonna hold that against him. And Draymond, I mean, he's obviously a liability. Like, this dude is ejected more than he plays games, so he's choking people out.
Dude, he has overstayed his welcome, dude. Like, I mean, he always had that support of Steph when it came to the guy that rallies the team.
Yeah,
glue to the Golden State dynasty.
Yeah, he's one of our leaders.
But holy dude.
This season especially.
Ever since he punched that dude in the face.
Oh, talking about Jordan Poole? Like last season?
Ever since he decked Jordan Poole, it's been
his own teammate, dude.
Straight down.
Well, if he's also part of the reason that KD left, because he called him a bitch.
Yeah, him and KD were beefing.
Yeah, so I mean, this dude just.
Him and KD were beefing hard, dude.
Nothing but trouble, dude.
When it rains, it pours, dude. He'll be one of the guys that gets. I don't know if he retires in Golden State. Maybe if he wants to, but if he wants another contract, he wants another payday. I don't think that comes in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
I don't think there's another. I don't know his contract details. I don't know what's up, like as far as how much he's got left on his contract. But I think if anything, he takes a pay cut, and another team, when his contract expires, takes a shot on him and gives him, a 1 or 2 year deal. Some young team that needs a vet, a lot like the Chris Paul situation throughout the league,
Dude, I forget he was even on that team, Chris Paul.
Yeah,
I forgot he was even on the Warriors.
Dude, and he's another one, man. I heard in the headlines that apparently he's still got more than that. So he's gonna be pushing. He's gonna be pushing past these years.
He needs to retire. He's trying to ring chase, but he's not doing it very well. He sucks at it. What's one ring gonna do for him anyways? I mean, obviously you get a championship, but
obviously,
I mean, as far as like all-time rankings,
fill a hole that he's been trying to for 20 years because that poor guy
outside of just like having it though, it's not going to put you any higher in the all-time rankings. I think everyone above you right now is going to stay above you if you get a ring.
Yeah, who knows if he's even looking at that? I mean, at this point, it's Chris Paul's Chris Paul. He gets a ring, well deserved. I don't think anybody doesn't want to see Chris Paul get a ring.
I do.
Did he play? Did he play?
I never liked the guy. All right, even on the Thunder, I was a little optimistic. I was like, okay, whatever. He did good for us, and then we kicked him out, and I don't like him anymore. I don't need him.
I don't have anything against LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan, Danny Green, who went and won a championship somewhere else, Patty Mills, who's playing.
I'll take Nick Collison over Chris Paul. All right.
Is this about pigmentation, or what are we talking about here?
Who's got their number retired?
No way.
Collison.
Number retired.
Yep. OKC. And anyways, the Kings beat the Warriors though, ending the dynasty officially.
Yep.
The Kings, I think, are going to beat the shit out of the Pelicans, especially without Zion.
Yeah.
Without, you said who isn't playing also?
Well, when I was watching this play-in against Golden State, it didn't look like Bi was playing. Brandon Ingram didn't look like he was.
I thought I saw him playing.
Maybe he sat towards the end of the game. I don't know why he would sit at the end of the play.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Maybe he got hurt mid-game. I don't know. Nobody's been talking about it. I haven't seen any news as far as him, being injured or anything like that. But maybe it was something that he I think he sat throughout the game. I'm not sure, but I know that it doesn't matter because the Kings are going to go and play OKC, and I know OKC takes that serious. I know OKC takes that series due to the fact that they got the big. I think Chet can. I think he can lock down Sabonis down the paint. Sabonis is a big part of their their pick and roll game. Their game down low is a lot of feed Sabonis and get it to the outside shooters. They're a very fast, athletic, push the pace, get in transition type team. But so are the Thunder, dude. The Thunder are young. They can keep up with the Kings, and I think the talent level on the depth chart is overwhelmingly better in OKC's favor. So I would pick the Thunder. I'll give you that one. I'll give the Thunder the first round win.
I'll ride with my boys no matter what, but I am kind of
that's assuming the Kings win.
I am kind of worried about the Kings though because they are kind of young too with De'Aaron Fox and
and they did give the Warriors. Them against the Warriors in what was it? It was the second round of the playoffs.
Last season.
Yeah, dude. What was it? The famous light the beam. They were lighting the beam. They were lighting the beam up.
They were hyped up, dude.
They were, dude. Just like OKC should be this year. You guys are number one seed, but I think there's still an underdog mentality in Oklahoma City, dude. I think there is. You guys are young,
for sure, because everyone's young.
They're trying to prove themselves, dude. It's gonna be a fun playoff series for sure. Due to the fact there's so many new and young teams, man. We haven't even gotten to the Eastern Conference yet, but when I looked at because the teams that you look at that have traditionally been in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference it's dwindled, dude. It's dwindled big time as far as the regulars and who's hopping in, who these young teams are that have been on the decline for so long, that have had gotten their picks. They built a lot like the Thunder. They're sneaking up. I know we'll talk about that after this. But what do we got left in the? We got one more game.
In the West, we've got the Clippers and Mavs, a Texas team for you. I know you kind of like the Mavs, right?
I have nothing. I don't think there's a single rivalry in Texas. I'll say that. I will say that. Right? I think the only team I wouldn't want to lose to is the Rockets. But the Mavericks, dude, going back to Dirk's days, I had nothing but love for Dirk back in 2013 when they knocked off the Heat and he got his chip. Hall of Fame player, dude. I've always thought the Mavs were just a solid organization. Solid organization. And they always, Cubans always kept up that standard over there in Dallas, I believe. And I think it's gonna be a great series, dude. I think it's gonna be a great series. They're loaded.
Yeah.
Both loaded.
I didn't expect the Clippers to be 4.
Yeah, man. I mean, they've quietly worked their way up. They adjusted with James Harden in the lineup and
Russ coming off the bench too.
Yeah, dude. I almost forgot about Russ being over there, dude.
Yeah,
I was having
my
a conversation the other day. And good old, is he still number 0, man?
Yeah. He's always been
0?
0.
Every team?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's hopped around, dude. In LA?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I'll be honest, I don't, dude. He played.
Dude,
for LA?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Didn't Russ play for Houston?
He played for Houston, the Wizards. No, yeah, he played for the Wizards.
No, he didn't.
Dude, he did.
No,
He was on the Wizards.
No, he didn't.
All right, if he's not, I'm gonna cut that out. But
dude, you know more than me. You got the jersey. That's your boy.
he played for dude. Yeah, he went to Washington after OKC, and then he went to the Rockets, and then he went to the Lakers, and now he's at the Clippers.
I barely remembered he played for the Rockets. Man, I love Russ, man. I love Russ. He's such a freaking competitor, dude.
I like him, especially with him accepting like coming off the bench. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't retire for a year like Melo because he's being a stubborn little baby about it.
Dude, you guys have poured around, haven't you? you guys have tried for all the superstars that might have a little juice left, but just doesn't pan out. PG, Melo.
Well, first of all, it's because we get the bums that used to be good guys. You know, we get them when they're washed up and old.
Yeah.
But now we're trying a new approach. We went from old to young, and young's working out, so we're probably gonna stick with that.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, let's talk about this matchup though. Going back to LA, the Clippers, and Dallas. Dallas has some good young talent for their bigs.
Do they still have Kristaps?
No, they do not. Porzingis is with the number 1 seed in the East. If you have seen not the statistics, I guess I should say the highlights. I've been seeing Kristaps balling out in Boston.
Well, that's on me. My basketball knowledge needs to get better. But I know they have Kyrie and Luka, and that's kind of all they've needed. Luka's really all they needed.
Number 77 is all you really need to destroy any franchise's hopes of wanting to advance in the NBA playoffs, because Luka has had so many ridiculous highlight plays, game winners, ridiculous statistics, man. The guy, I think he's averaging close to a triple-double in the season. I mean, think about what that guy brings to his team when we talk about an MVP conversation. Holy shit, dude.
He is. He's like, I think he's number 1 for MVP consideration, right?
I'm gonna say that Jokic might be up there, dude, just because he's edging him in the stat column, like as far as his triple double, the better record. When you talk about most valuable player and that it's this close, they usually lean on the very last statistic that they look at is
record seeding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're like, how is your team? Here are your stats. Here's how you elevate the team, but how much do you elevate the team? What are we looking at as far as the numbers? Is your team better than the team that, are the Nuggets better than the Mavericks as far as the seeding?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as,
Luka win MVP, though. I would love to see Luka win MVP.
What's the difference in, record, though? It can't be that many games. The West is pretty tight.
Yeah, it's not far. I mean, you're looking at the Nuggets being the 2 seed and the Mavs being the 5 seed. So
yeah,
we're not talking about a huge disparity. It is.
And 1, 2, and 3 all have the same. Well, 1 and 2 have the same record. 3 is 1 game behind.
Yeah, so 4 and 5 are.
It's probably within 5 games, I believe.
They're a cunt hair behind.
Yeah, but
who do you got? That's the more interesting one.
See, that's tough because then it comes into my whole biases again. I don't like the Clippers because of Paul George, but I like the Clippers because of Russ. But then I like the Mavs because of Luka, and Luka. I just know Luka's a dog. You know what I mean? And he'll take over a game. So I'd say the Mavs win it. Yeah, I'll say the Mavs win it. They probably win it in 6. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a
I
pretty
think
close series.
I think it's a 7-game series, dude. I think it's a 7-game series. I think one of these teams. I mean, the Clippers are starting at home, so if the Mavs can steal one, good for them. But dude, the Clippers are stacked. I don't have to mention any names. These guys are stacked. I think it'll be a 7-game series, but I do think Dallas edges them out as far as moving on. So,
No, for sure. Yeah, that's a tough one to call, but yeah, I think Dallas beats them.
all right, the East, dude. The East.
Yep, on to the East.
What are we? I guess the first thing we can discuss, because it doesn't matter, the Bulls and the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is down.
Yep.
We
Which
know
means
that
the team is dead.
So the Bulls are advancing, is what I'm going to go with, and it doesn't
Yep.
matter because they're playing the Boston, the white hot Boston Celtics.
Number 1 team, best record in the league.
Easily the best and most well-oiled machine in the NBA right now. They're hunting for that chip, man. They're hunting for it. These young cats, they're trying to do what they couldn't do. So Boston moves on. That's to me no-brainer. Playing game doesn't really matter. I think Boston advances, and that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Boston's gonna take it, no matter who they play. I'll probably have Boston going all the way to the conference finals. Honestly,
I think they're in the finals, man.
I mean, I'm looking at the seedings, and I mean, it's just the East is weird, dude. Because I didn't know these teams were even in contention
And
until I looked at the stand, like at the playoff bracket, and then I see teams like the Cavs, the Magic, the Pacers, and then fucking Knicks at 2. I'm like, what is going on in the East, dude? This is weird.
The crazy thing about it is, and I was hearing some chatter from other podcasts and other people talking about the fact that the Knicks are number 2. They have exceeded expectation when it comes to their record. How they played throughout the season. Jalen Brunson is the top. Yep. Everybody's, everybody in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, Jalen Brunson.
Yep. He's the guy that got him there.
Absolutely, dude. And the crazy shit is that they're playing the number 7 seeded Philadelphia 76ers. That is a horrible matchup for them. That is terrible if Embiid is healthy.
That's a crazy 7. That's a crazy 7 for sure. But sometimes, I don't know, your record or your seeding is what you are. You know what I mean?
True.
Especially in the East when it's a little bit easier.
Based off the fact that Embiid has had so many injuries, bro.
Yeah.
So many injuries. And he, towards the end of the year, he just gets brittle, dude. He gets brittle. He starts to break down. It is what it is. I mean, it's the NBA, right? This is long freaking seasons. He's been rough all year. If he can pull it together in the playoffs, which is contradictory to what usually happens, he usually gets dinged up at this time of year.
Yeah.
If he can pull it together, I would love to see them upset the Knicks. I would love to see that.
See, dude, I don't know.
I'd love to see it.
I think it'd be cool to see the Knicks make a run because one of the Knicks are one of the biggest markets. New York is always a big market, and some of the biggest stars. Go watch those games. It's the same thing with the Cowboys and the Lakers.
I'll be honest with you, man. There's not a single New York team that I like.
Really?
There's not a single New York team that I can honestly say, man, I wouldn't mind if they won. I don't give a shit about any team from the Yankees, the Mets. You got the Knicks. You got the
Nets.
The Nets, right? Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You got the Giants and the Jets.
Yep. Devils. You got the Sun. The New Jersey Devils, which is kind of New York, and then you got
the New York Rangers.
Yep.
We're talking a big bowl of dog water. A big old bowl of dog water.
Hot dog water.
Hot dog water. Boiling. Boiling.
Big old rats drinking out of it.
A salty bowl of shit. Dude.
New York is basically a big version of Philly because Philly's a shithole too.
Yeah, but I will say that I'm pulling for the bottom shithole if anybody. I think the Sixers, it's the upset. It's the upset because, dude, realistically, Philly should be a 3 seed, 4 seed, have Embiid, stayed
Yeah.
up. The way they're playing basketball with Embiid on the court, they're not 7 seed. Dude. They just knocked off Jimmy buckets and the boys that get again white hot during the playoffs. They had no problem knocking them off. Well, it was a good game. I'll give the Heat credit, but Philly did what Philly does, and they advance in the playoffs. Embiid stays healthy.
I don't trust the process, but I'm pretty neutral in that matchup. I don't really care who wins. It'd just be cool to see a team that hasn't been in a while win it.
I hear you.
But yeah, I'm pretty neutral. I could care less either way.
I got Philly.
It would be funny to see Philly lose though, and I could talk shit to Artis, but that's about it.
Artis.
his Philly teams, I love their demise.
Who do we got? Who's up?
You want to talk about Cavs Magic or Bucks Pacers? I think these are gonna go pretty quick because I'm
gonna be honest.
Bucks is they're gonna fucking wipe the floor with the Pacers, dude.
Well, the thing about it is Giannis is not playing in the first game, so
it's gonna be a 5-game series.
Giannis is also. I think Dame Lillard's banged up. I think the Greek Freak's banged up. And I think the Pacers could give them a run for their money. I think the Eastern Conference, man, is going to be fun to watch just because of the fact that there are a lot of pieces missing and a lot of these teams, they're powerhouse on the team. Is like we were talking about Embiid shaking up, Giannis shaking up. I think Lillard's dealing with something. I don't think he's like completely out of any of the games, but he's dealing with something, throughout the season. So it could be interesting, dude. It could be.
He's helped them. They're not where they want. I think they'd rather be, 1 seed. But he's helped them. They needed another good player. They can't just be Giannis. That 1 year for him was an outlier, I believe. So it's good that they have him.
If I had to pick a team, I'd take the Bucks. I take the Bucks finishing that series. Pacers are young. They're hungry, yes, but if Giannis is healthy and that goes the way it should, Bucks take that series.
All the games that Giannis plays, they'll win, and that'll be the series. So
yep.
Then it's the Cavs and Magic, dude, that I didn't expect either of those teams to be in. I was surprised when I saw them both. I don't know who's on the Magic. I know on the Cavs, they've got Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, they got D. Mitchell. They got Darius Garland out there, Jared Allen. The Cavs, they made a run last year also. They're a good young scrappy team too, for sure. Donovan Mitchell's been around in this league, but everybody else on that team is, relatively young as far as their starting lineup, 3-4 years or whatever in the NBA. The Magic are doing the same thing, man. Paolo Banchero or Banchero, however you say that shit. He's doing his thing, man. So that guy's running.
I do know Banchero.
Yeah.
Banchero.
He's who won me. Helped win me good old fantasy basketball.
That shit was so stupid. I'm glad that's over.
That's crazy that you said
glad
that.
It is over.
I'm pretty sure the commissioner is in this chat.
Hey, chat. Tell me again, who cares about sleeper NBA basketball?
The guy that set it up, maybe?
I thought it was going to be like ESPN. Shit was whack.
You trashed it.
Shit was whack.
If I had to put money on it, I'm going to say Cleveland takes the series. They've been here. They were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. They're the 4th seed.
Yeah.
They've probably got a little more people.
I'm going to say Cleveland's got the juice.
The land.
The juice. But
yeah.
They play Boston next series. So.
The East, when I look at the East, I'm just like bored to death, dude. The West is just so much more awesome to watch. And
that's been true,
dude.
Forever, dude. Once the Spurs get back in the mix, it'll be even funner.
The East was way better when LeBron was going to 8 straight.
Yeah, that was sick. We lived through that.
But
another news, but still in relation to basketball, Caitlin Clark is now in the WNBA.
Yeah, I think she's stupid for being in the WNBA when she got offered $5 million from Ice Cube.
Okay, so here's where
$5 million
to go play 3-on-3 though. She would have. That's
Even easier.
she would have sold out. She would have sold out. She did so much for women's sports. I mean, it's more for those. Look, they were talking about the money, right? The money. 5 million.
The bag.
To go and
Give
play
me the bag.
for the What's the league called? What's Ice Cube's league called? You know?
I think it's called Big Three.
Big Three. Okay, let's go. Big Three, right? 5 mil for however many years. Let's just say maybe 3 years or something like that is maybe what I heard. Regardless of that, man, Caitlin Clark's on a rookie contract right now, whatever. I think I want to say what I heard. She's pulling in roughly, maybe just under 75,000 annually. I want to say that's what we're looking at as far as her contract, rookie contract, right? Coming into the league. She went ahead and signed herself, and this is only one of her deals, but it was with the good old check
Nike.
here. 20 million. 20 mil.
20 million. Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you're looking at endorsements, it doesn't matter, you know.
Cash money.
Go play for the bigger league that, you know what I mean.
She did her thing. She's
Yeah.
going up to the WNBA. There's a lot of talent that came out of the WNBA draft also. West. Angel Reese, Cardoza. There was some other. There was a point guard from
Cameron Brink.
South Carolina, Cameron Brink. In the draft, man.
Yeah. Well,
But
now
there was
Brink
a lot of
and
talent.
Reese are on the same team now, right?
No, Brink is not on the same team as Reese. Cardoza, and Angel Reese are on the same team. So they went and got the bigs, dude. I think Angel Reese is like she's pushing like 6'4", maybe she might be. And I think that Cardozo is
The huge bitch.
yeah, she's looking at like 6'7", 6'8". So they went and got bigs. They went and got some bigs, and they're dude. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll start watching the NBA. Maybe I'll start tuning in.
Yeah. I won't be. But you know, it's sports related and it's fun to talk about. I'm just glad that.
All right, Caitlin Clark got her money, dude.
I'm glad the women's March Madness is over and fucking ESPN will stop posting LSU and Angel Reese 3 times an hour, dude. That
Well,
shit
now
was
they're just gonna post Angel Reese signing with shit.
Yeah, but now I can just block the WNBA Instagram page and that'll be like half of the post. So, dude, like, jeez, the glazing was insane. I can't stand it, dude. That is the NBA.
Yeah, man. That's
and
what we're
WNBA.
and WNBA and the status of each one that we're looking at.
I'm excited to see how this plays out. But all right, guys, that concludes NBA. Like, comment, subscribe. Especially like and comment. Comment anything you want. Just talk shit. You know, tell us what we need to talk about. Anything. But you guys are appreciated.
Send it in the comments.
Love you guys.
It's all
Richie
love.
boys out.